All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a topic that you absolutely have to know for your competitive exams. We're talking about simple interest. Let's jump right in. So if you're gearing up for something like the SSCCGL or any banking exam, you know that quant section, it can be a real beast, right? The pressure is on, the clock is ticking, and it feels like you're in a race against time. But what if I told you that in just the next few minutes, we can turn one of those tricky, high-scoring topics into your strength? Seriously, that's our mission today. We are going to make you an absolute pro at simple interest.
Okay, so first things first, we got to start with the basics, build a solid foundation. So the big question is, what exactly is simple interest anyway?
You can think of it as the most basic, no-frills way to calculate interest. It's just a set percentage of the very first amount of money you started with. And here's the most important part. That interest is only calculated on that original chunk of cash. It doesn't grow on itself, it doesn't compound, it stays, well, simple. Make sense, right?
Now, every single simple interest problem you'll ever see is built on just 4 key players. You've got your principal, that's your starting money. Then the rate, which is the percentage per year. Time, and this is important, it's always in years. And finally, the amount, which is just everything you started with plus the interest you earned. Get these 4 down and you're already halfway to solving anything.
All right, now for the main event, the part you've been waiting for. This is the one tool, your master key, that's going to unlock pretty much every simple interest problem you'll ever face. And here it is. This is the heart and soul of simple interest. Simple interest, or SI, equals P times R times T, all divided by 100. Honestly, this is the one formula you really need to lock in. And that divide by 100 part, don't let it throw you. It's just a simple trick to turn the rate percentage into a number we can actually use in the calculation. Super simple, but incredibly powerful. Okay, theory is one thing, but let's put this master key to work. Let's take a look at a really classic problem. Say you've got a principal of 5,000 rupees, a rate of 8% per year for 3 years. So, how do we crack this? It's literally as easy as plugging in the numbers. We swap in 5,000 for P, 8 for R, and 3 for T. You multiply those together, you get 120,000. Then you just divide that by 100, and there's your answer. The simple interest is 1,200 rupees. That's all there is to it. But you know how exams are. They love to throw you a curveball. What if the question doesn't ask for the simple interest? What if they ask for the principal, or the rate, or the time? Well, the good news is, that master key we have, it can open a lot more than just one door. Now, take a close look here. Don't panic. These aren't 3 new formulas you need to memorize. Not at all. This is just our one and only master key flipped around to solve for whatever you're missing, P, R, or T. This is how you turn one formula into a whole toolkit.
Let's tackle another one. This is exactly the kind of question you'll see on an exam. This time, we know the principal, we know the interest, we know the time, but the rate is the mystery. So, looking at our toolkit, which formula are we going to use?
Yep, we grabbed the formula for rate. So R is going to be the SI, 1,200, times 100, and we divide all of that by the principal, 6,000, times the time, 4. You run the numbers, and it simplifies all the way down to 5% per year. See how that works? Once you've got the toolkit, these problems aren't so scary after all.
All right, you've got the basics down. You've got your toolkit. Now it's time to level up and go pro. Because in a high-pressure exam, just knowing the formula isn't enough. You need to be fast. So this next part, it's all about the time-saving hacks.
Okay, pay close attention to this one. This is an absolute classic. I promise you, you will see questions just like this, where money doubles or triples or becomes some number of times itself. Now, you could do the long, drawn-out algebra, or you could use a pro trick.
Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got the standard way. It works, sure, but look at all those steps, all that algebra. Now look at the right, the pro trick. Anytime money becomes z times bigger, the rate is just 100 times z minus 1, divided by the time. In our problem, the money doubles, so z is 2. That means it's just 100 times 2 minus 1 divided by 10. And boom, the answer is 10%. That's the difference between struggling with the clock and having time to spare.
So these two shortcuts right here, you need to put these in your back pocket. They are essential. One for finding the time, one for finding the rate. Anytime you see a problem where the money multiplies. Trust me, these are your secret weapons for speed on exam day.
Okay, so I've thrown a lot at you. The foundation, the toolkit, the pro tricks. Now it's your turn. Time to see if it all clicked. Let's see what you can do.
Here's your first practice problem. We've got the simple interest, the time, and the rate. Your job is to find the principal. So go ahead, hit pause, grab a piece of paper, and use that toolkit we built. And for number 2, this time you're solving for time. Little hint, you'll need to figure out the total interest earned first. Once you have that, pick the right formula to find t. Okay, pause the explainer and give it your best shot.
All right, time's up. How'd it go? Did you get them? Let's check your work. The answers are coming up.
And there we have it. The answer to the first problem is 3,000 rupees for the principal. And for the second one, it's 3 years. So, how'd you do? If you nailed them both, that's awesome. If you stumbled a bit, no worries at all. Just go back, review the formulas, and try again. Practice really is the key.
And really, that's the whole game plan right there. It's a 2-step process. First, you get absolutely solid on that core formula and how to rearrange it. Then you learn these shortcuts to get incredibly fast. It's that combination, knowing what to do and being able to do it quickly, that's going to make all the difference when you're sitting in that exam.
So, you've just taken a huge step in mastering simple interest. The question now is, what's next on your list? Are you ready to take on its bigger, more complicated cousin, compound interest? Or maybe you want to go back and really nail down the topic that's the foundation for everything, percentages. The journey's up to you. Keep pushing and keep practicing.